On the Mark with Father Mark Davis, Dave.
Good morning, Father Mark, and I want to say this. We had a big family gathering yesterday, and as part of that family gathering, we had a magician. My sister brought in a magician, and that magician said, and he made those little animals out of balloons and all that good stuff, and he learned how to do that from Father Mark Davis. Father Mark Davis taught him how to do that. The magician's last name is Martin, Andrew Martin. Yeah, so there you go. Good morning. Yeah, good morning to you, Father Mark, and thanks for teaching magician Martin how to do that. We were the beneficiaries of that at our family gathering yesterday. So nicely done.
Oh my gosh! So so you had Andrew Martin.
Yeah, he came to the gathering at my sister's house yesterday. So good stuff.
Oh my now. That's great. So, is your sister here in Toledo, or is she down?
No, down in Columbus. My brother-in-law and she have a big trucking company, and they bring him in pretty regularly to do magic shows for their events. And he came and did this for our family gathering, and he was very, very good. But he gave all credit to Father Mark Davis.
Wow. So is this Andrew Martin from Toledo, or
Andrew Martin from Toledo. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how
your student.
Great!
Yeah,
what a nice guy. Well, how are you guys on this Labor Day?
Doing great. How are you, Father?
We're hardly breaking a sweat, Father.
Oh, that's great. Well, yesterday's readings were beautiful, and they were especially the Gospel and the book of Sirach on humility. It reminded me of an old story that you might have heard. There was some monks that were talking. They were Middle Eastern or Eastern monks, like from Tibet and that area. They were Buddhist monks, and they were two of them were talking. And they were elderly. They had been in the monastery over 50 years, and the one of them said to the other, he says, I have been here all my life, and I have been fasting, and I have been doing all of the disciplines of our faith, and you know what? I have come to the realization and come to the fact that I am nothing. And the other monk says, brother, I agree. After all these years, I think I've really been able to drain myself of my own ego and really know that I, too, am absolutely nothing. And then, a brand new monk was cleaning up and overheard them, and he came by and he bowed to them and said, brothers, I totally agree. I, too, am absolutely nothing. And then he walked away, and the one older monk said to the older monk, get a load of him. He's only been here a week, and he really thinks that he's nothing already.
Good stuff.
It's really interesting, this idea of trying to be able to have religious practices and compete on who's more nothing, and in a broad sense, that reminded me of the parable in the Gospel that Jesus told, about people at the wedding feast trying to be able to be holier than each other, and trying to be able to compete who gets to sit in the better place. And certainly that is very human to compete in a secular way. Who's more important, who's liked better, whose team wins, etc. But when it comes to God and closeness with God, Jesus reminds us that it's different. And I think, I don't know what you guys, if you remember that line from Sirach yesterday, it says that the one who is humble is loved more than someone who brings gifts. And then, the line after that is that the greater that you are, the more humble that you are, and the closer to God you are. I'm paraphrasing. But I was thinking about this. Why is it that the greater we are, the more humble we are, and the closer we are to God, and the more people love us? So I was thinking, if you just, everyone listen to me, make your fists into a ball, like tight. One thing, if you hold it there too long, it begins to hurt and get tired. And if your fists are clenched, there's nothing that can get in. But if you open them, then you're able to receive. If our heart is like that, if our spirit is like that, if we are open and humble and let go, we have room to receive God's love, and we have room in our hearts for another person. If I'm clenched fist in my spirit and I'm just full of myself and it's always about me and what I'm going to say next, there is no room to receive someone else's spirit and to really be the person that they are. And that I think humility is such a gift and a great tool, because it gives me the openness and the vulnerability to receive love from God and the world, and also to be able then to give that away to others and to be able to help them to be able to have the room and the space to be able to be themselves and give to me. Into a difficult place, if I'm performing, there's going to be, a lot may be judged. I remember you can't fall off the floor. If you don't put yourself on a pedestal, there's no way to go. So I think that humility, I think that little bit of insight, humility. What did you guys take from those readings?
Yeah, look, I think the readings combined with everything that's going on in the world right now requires reconciliation, right? I mean, we've got to figure out, if you want peace in the world, you've got to begin in your own life. What relationship can you reconcile? As you said, how can you open that clenched fist yourself? I love that, Father. Love it.
Well, God bless you all, and happy Labor Day.